So this is part 2 of how to paint this Skink Priest, and I fixed it. I fixed the feather here with a bit of super glue and painted the super glue and shaded again. This is a bit dry, but I think I can start to dry brush the skin. So medium dry brush and Screamer pink again. I picked off this on my paper towel. Try it out and let's try it here on the leg. How would it look like? Oh, the dry brush is a bit too wet, I think. Damn it. But it will work. So, get some more paint, dry brush again. It's more than a wet brush, but it will be highlighted with pink horror again after this, so it's not too bad. And this part here a bit. Because there's not much light, and flip around, tail from the other side, the feet, all the places where the light would hit. So it'll look more pinkish and not so red as before. Here on the arm, and don't be afraid if you brush a bit on the other parts. We'll fix it when the skin is ready. Down in the armpit, on the flank. Excuse me. Here on this part of the leg, there will be a dry brush. On the feet, here on the knee a bit. The feet there. Then the arm. That's cool. The skinks from the Games Workshop are mostly blue with red shields, and my skink look more like reddish. Could get a blue shield. Yeah, that's a good idea. I think when I paint the other skinks that accompany this priest, they will be all in this reddish color. And the shields, of course, the skinks will be shield and throwing spear, will be in blue, so that I flip around the color that Games Workshop shows. That's a funny thing. Yeah, I think that's an idea. So, first regiment is clear how to paint. Yeah. This is something about inspiration rumble and ideas you can get while painting stuff. And yeah, I feel comfortable with this idea. I think I will work it out. So a bit of dry brushing here on the fin. Be careful not to overpaint too much. As I said, the fin will be a bit brighter than the rest of the skin. Of the skink's skin. So, I think a bit more here on this black. And on the tail, of course it's exposed to the light. So, okay, this is the first step of dry brushing the skin with the Scream of Pink. And now we switch to Pink Horror. This is this color to highlight again. And after the next shading, we highlight with Pink Horror again a little bit. So I hope the dry brush is dry enough. Give the color a shake. Put it, get a bit of the pot on the paper towel. And same as before, dry brush, but a bit less. Too much. Because I don't want to look the skink too bright. Only the exposed areas that should be dry brushed after the next shading again. So we got the tail here, a bit on the color transition. Maybe the tip of the tail will be white too. So, well, this is a good idea, but don't know if it worked out right well with this model. Oh, this was a bit too much here, but it's in the back side, so not too important. Slightly dry brushing. And as I said before, many of you would like to say, whoa, no dry brushing, just painting. I say, yeah, dry brushing is cool. First, dry brushing is good for horde armies, because dry brushing is a lot faster than painting everything, and I like this dry brushing effect. Even if there are somebody out there that don't like it, I like it much. So I am a dry brusher. Now I'm outed. No, maybe nobody likes me now, but it's my way of painting. So here, and now again the arms a bit. The hand, the exposed areas, a bit on the shoulder, the other arm, the other hand. And this technique of dry brushing you can use with every model. I highlighted the skin of my orcs this way, and the skin of my Skaven this way, and it works. It's really cool. As you see, normally I collect horde armies, so I need to be fast, and that's the reason why I dry brush. That's the only reason. Horde armies must look great in a great number, and you need to be fast, or you get mad with all these models. So now I got to get here a bit more, because the leg is this bright. I need the arm a bit brighter. So now the skink is more pinkish. But I like it. Wait a second. Wait a second, please. So I show you. Here, as you see, maybe as you see, it's more like this pinkish tone now, but it's dark and grim, as I told you before. And now I do all the other dry brush stuff. So I dry brush the metal parts and the feather, and then I will paint the scale and the skin party and the other stuff. So I will start with the metal parts. Of course, as you see, my brush is a little bit red, and I don't want to ruin my blue color, and now on the metal parts it's not that bad if it looks a bit red. So let's start here on the helmet. Very gently. I'll paint the light colors here again soon, but I don't want to overpaint or overbrush too much. Of course it's much work to fix it. If you brushed, of course you will change the surface of the Mini when you brush. It would be a bit like yeah, not so flat. It's a bit of changing in the surface, and you'll see it if you try to correct the mistakes. It's bad if you don't know the right words in English. I think you imagined this. So down here and here, a bit of brushing. I hope that my hands don't hide all the miniature or the work on the miniature. This one. This one. That get a bit pinkish before. It's now fixed. And here on the back of the stapler, and here a bit. And this blade thing. First. And I need a bit more of the lead polisher. So, and the staff. So if you paint it, you can highlight it even more. Maybe dry brush again with a lighter, with a brighter metal tone. But for me, this is good enough. As I said, I like it grim and dark. And as you see here, the parts that was painted gray before are only edge, and nearly edge highlighted with silver now, and look different than the rest of the staff. Here in the back you see, this is the gray stuff, and this is the brushed version. So this is cool. It's a cool technique to get a bit of difference in a regularly all metal thing. So I think I hit everything. Get a second brushed layer here. And here. So I think I will highlight it again with lighter silver tone. Washing my brush and searching for silver. Wait a second. Here. The next silver tone I will use for this is Runefang Steel. And I will brush it as before with the pink. A bit less. Try to hit the edges, maybe on the staff. So that you get a three-dimensional look. I mean, it would be shaded again, but it's a shade, not a glaze. Through a shade, you see this work, or this kind of work, and yeah, you can do it. Here again, and here, back of the spikes. Here down the edges, you know, these little accessory things. The blade, really slightly, not too much. That it's like edge highlighting a bit here, but not too much, cause it's more in the shadows down on under his under his head. Here a bit, here, and his helmet a bit on the edges. So, and here and here. And up here are some metal parts. And here, and the staff itself. So, now the metal parts are highlighted and are speaking silently, but I don't know why. So, the next thing, as I said, the feathers in blue. So, putting away the silver tones, I don't need anymore. Washing the brush. Hold it a bit to the lamp to dry faster. And just checking my mobile phone. Text messages, and I need to answer them. So, oh, this is Eric, ex worker of Games Workshop Frankfurt, and a good friend of mine sent me some trolls to paint them for him, and yeah, it's cool. I can paint some trolls and don't need to buy them because I wanted to paint trolls, and all stuff. Because now I typing on my mobile phone that I make a how to paint, and yeah, it's live. You see it here. This is my mobile phone, and I paint and I make a how to paint and get this text message to Eric. How to paint. Oh, my mobile phone don't know the word paint. Okay. It's the German mobile phone. It don't need to. So, back to the painting with blue. We start to work on the feathers. We start with the color we had before. It was contour blue. So, contour blue. And get something on my paper towel, on my really messed up paper towel as you see right now. Many colors, many work. Get it on there and on the feathers. Only one short layer. Oh, yeah, one short layer is enough for this. Brushed. There was not enough color on the brush. So, brushed. Back here's another feather. Need to be brushed too. A bit more color on my paper towel. Here is the back side of this feather. And now between his legs, the feathers. And the feathers on his shoulders really gently, and getting the finger behind them so that I don't bend them while I'm brushing. Sorry. So these three on the right shoulder, and brush a bit from the back. That it would look better. So as you see, this is dry brushing with much color. not a real dry brush, more like a wet brush. But the first layer must look good. So, and then the feathers that was overbent, and now I need to be really careful, because if I bend them again after I fix them, I think I don't be able to fix them again, and then the whole work is ruined. So the same from the back, very gently, and not so much as on the other shoulder, because these feathers are not so much in the light. So I think the feather on the skin needs a second layer to look better. So yeah, okay. Now leave it a bit to dry, a little bit. Put away the Cantor Blue, wash out the brush. I think get myself a new paper towel, cause mine is too messy. So bye bye old paper towel, don't need you anymore. And get a, damn it. So get a new one. 1, 2, so the next thing I need to do is brushing with the next blue, here with Alatiok blue, and this one is for the gems also, so I paint the gems first before I brush the feathers, so they got a bit more chance to dry. So get a bit of the color. Oh, the gems will, no, the gems are a bit brushed over with metal, but you can paint them or renew the paint, because they are shiny gems and they don't need to be shaded so much. Here was one, then we got the two on the side of the helmet, one here and one here. Very careful. As I said, to fix mistakes now is much more difficult than in the early stage of the painting. And I don't want to make this whole video and a whole step-by-step painting, only that I ruin my model at the last steps. So here and here, here and here, and now only on the bottom of the staff. 1, 2, okay. So that was the painting. And now we go to the dry brushing of the feathers. Get a bit of color on the paper towel. And now a little bit of dry brushing here. There, this is the best way. From the tip of the feather to the bottom, because you'll get the better transition. So here also, but not too much, because this is not a area I want to highlight much. So there, the feather on the other arm. A bit more. And the feathers here between the legs are very different, I think. Yeah. It's very difficult to don't paint the knee on this side. And here, back here. Oh, need to stabilize the feather a bit. Okay. And the feather on the head. Will be a bit brighter. Okay. And here again, feathers on the shoulders. From the tip to the bottom. And with this color only on the front side, because the back side will stay in the shadow, I think. So here, this one. Oh, I'm very excited to edit the video when I'm done, because I need to add the whole music stuff on these hours of painting. Will be fun, I think. And uploading will take longer. Oh, yeah, this will take real long, the uploading. I know it right now. So, a bit more on these feathers on this angle, because the light comes from the upside. So, I think all the feathers must be a bit brighter on the tips. Of course, we want to highlight the tips even more in the next step. So, okay, tips done, and put it away. Now we got a real contrast color to this more dark blue. We got Lothern blue for the gems at first, get a bit of highlighting, and then for dry brushing purposes. Let's start with the gems again and leave a bit of the old color behind. So maybe the light comes from the left upper side. So this little round one, 2, then the one here on the chin, 3 here on the helmet sides, 4 the other side, 5, and the one on the staff, 6. Oh, the back side, 7. And the ones up here. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 7, 8, 19. Okay, all gems done. Back to the feathers. Dry brushing with the same color, with Lothern blue. Get a bit on the paper towel and dry brushing from the tip, or more like the edge and the tip. This looks good, I think. Yeah. It's nearly the same technique I use for energy weapons or blue lighting effects. And I must say, yeah, it looked good on feathers too. There between the legs, it's a bit difficult to get it well, but it's okay. this feather here. And on the backside. The backside only more like a edge highlighting. And one on the head from tip. Come on. From tip to bottom. Back, tip to bottom, and edge highlighting back. So. Okay. The tip can be a bit more icy blue. Like this, and I think here also a bit more. So, and the feathers on the back again. Always think where the light hits more. Even if an object is blue, it would be lighter blue or brighter blue where the light hit. So these here. Slightly. Don't stabilize the feathers anymore. I think it's slightly enough that I don't break them off. Edge highlighting here on the tips a bit brighter again. So this is the Skink Priest right now, and I think, yeah, cool. I thought that it would look so cool. Showing with my hand in the background for better lighting. So this is it right now, and now I get the feathers glaze with Julom glaze, or how he is called. You know, the Primarch of the Imperialists, I say, of the Ultramarines, of the Vanilla Marines ever. So I don't need to know how he's called, but it's the blue glaze. That's the thing you need to know. And I painted myself. Funny. And now only the feathers with a bit of glaze. Only a bit. Only on the top. After we glazed it, get another dry brush with Lothern blue. And then the last one with a bit of white. It's important that it don't pool too much. So here, with all the feathers, he looks more like a bird than a lizard. But it's okay, because we all know the raptors from Jurassic Park are fake. Of course, the velociraptors, or how it's called in English, are feathery beasts. We know it now. So, yeah. Everything glazed. I think the feather on the head needs a second layer. So that you get a bit of more of a transition, and the glaze will bend the colors together a bit more. Come on. Second layer everywhere. Dam, 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 dam. Here and there. So, that's okay. I'll leave it a bit to dry. Put away the glaze. My back is killing me. Because I bent over the cam to see the model better. And that hurt a bit in the back. So what we have to do next? Next we can paint the eyes, I think. Well, the place is drying. With mood green again. So mood green. Da, da, da. The eyes. Come on. A little bit of color on the brush. There's the eye. Tiny little dot. And this is the same thing on the other side. So now, something I get as a tip by someone I know from Games Workshop is give the eyes a glaze of Lamenter's yellow. And you give a bit of effect that's hard to describe. And you only can see it slightly, but you can see it, that the green eye looks a bit different with the glaze on. So one. Here's some more. So, now, I think here, I need to get a bit back. Yeah. Now, when this glaze is dried, there will be added another dot of mood green. And I think the lizard needs a little pupil, but I don't know if I am able to get it on the eye correctly. But in the meanwhile, I will give some scale love. And for this, I start to highlight with Skavenblight Dinge again, because remember, Skavenblight Dinge to paint and shade it with Agrax. So this Skavenblight Dinge is darker. So now give all the scales a coat of Skavenblight Dinge and leave a bit of the color on the edges, on the darker color on the edges behind. So that you can strengthen, oh damn word, the effect of the 3D effect. So this one here on the back, and there this ugly point where I get the super glue need to be painted too. So every scale get a bit of this color. There. And there and there. Here the tiny scale too. This one. This Skinks reminds me a bit of a Space Marine salamander. They got these capes with or cloaks with scales from the dragons or whatever they are. So here, and there are these two on the front. Don't forget them. One, two. Yeah. And they're a bit on the back. Okie doke. I think the scales are ready, or scale blendage is done. So I can put it aside for the base work later. Next thing I wanted to do is give the scale a bit of dry brushing with Dawnstone. Here, Dawnstone. A little bit of dry brushing. Slightly, you can see. A bit of color. Damn, color pot. Close it. So, a little bit of color on my paper towel. Really slightly. So I think the color is right enough here. Really slightly. If I'm able, in the angle of the brush, from the top to the bottom. From the top to the bottom. Because then you get the effect like there is a light hit the scale. And they don't look so dark, they don't look more like gray. So here again. So scale wise I am ready right now. Now I think I go back to the eyes. Paint the mood green again and leave a bit of the old mood green with the glaze behind. Yeah, you see a bit of difference. First I tried it on my Imperial Fist Space Marine eyes, and there it looks a bit better because the glaze would flow deep into the lenses, into the rivets, and not rivets, into the. Or are there rivets? I don't know. Okay. Doesn't matter. Then now I will highlight the feathers. Further, get Lawthorn Blue again. Remember, Lawthorn Blue and glazed 2 times with Julian Blue. No, don't know. Did you need to pronounce this a bit of France? The Julian? So yeah. Now we get a bit of edge highlighting or edge brushing on the feathers. And if you hit the middle parts, it doesn't matter. But concentrate on the edges. So here and here. Okay. The one on the head, don't forget it. And the ones on the back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Okay. Oh, I think I need to brighten this a bit up. Looks so dark down there. Okay, and now, last step on the feathers. Is palette witch flesh. That is mixed a bit with the Lawthorn Blue I got on the paper towel. So I don't need a palette right now because it's only a bit of mixing. So then I got a lighter blue. And dry brush the feathers with this color again. only more that like the edges. Yeah, good. Oh, forgot the tip. Here, the head, edges, and a bit in the middle. Okay. Need to be quick that the color don't dry too fast. Edges. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. The back feathers must be a bit brighter at the tip again. So, and here this feather need to be brushed at the back, and the feathers between the legs. So, the last, really last step on the feathers is a pure brush or brushed edge highlighting with palette witch flash. So need a little bit of palette witch flash. So really only a bit, and edges, edge, edge, bit of tip, edge, edge, and a bit on the tip. So same on the head, edge, edge, and a bit on the tip, but a bit more than on the other feathers, because this is the one on the head, and it must be a bit brighter. So edge, 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 tip, tip, tip. Here on the other side, edge, 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 and tip, tip, tip. So now smoothen the white here a bit more. Brighten it up on the tip a bit more, and then it looks nearly white. And don't forget the feathers between the legs, just a little bit. So I think the feathers are good enough that you can say feathers done. Okay, they don't look like the feathers that GWs show us here, but mine are cooler, I think. Or maybe it's only my opinion. So, brushing the brush, and the things left to do are the little bandages, the skin, and the claw. So we start with bandages. We remember they are painted in Baneblade brown. So they will be painted in Baneblade brown again. Straight on the butt. I know it was this one. Paint the new Baneblade brown where the light could hit. So paint it on the upper side, because light normally don't come from the downside. Okay, Warhammer and the old world is a magical word. Maybe the light can come from the downside, but I don't think it looks so natural. So I don't like it so much. Then here the strap on the side a bit, a little bit only. The strap that holds the knife is a bit silver from the brushing, but one coat of paint, you don't see the silver anymore. And here, okay, and we got this one that I forgot when I've base coated. And we're back again on a time of 50 minutes. So this one would be my longest video on YouTube ever. And if you're not bored right now, then I must say thank you. Thank you for watching this video, and I'm very, very proud that you support me with your clicks. So, this is the first coat. Now I get to paint the second coat, and then I need to upload the video first to my computer, because my memory card is nearly full right now. And yeah, then I will make a little break in this video and upload. So next color is Carrack Stone to highlight the Baneblade brown a bit more. So here and here, down there, and this strap on the side a little bit. There. That's enough. This one here, and here, just a little bit, and a little bit here. 1, 2, 3, and here on the neckler thing, there a bit, and here a tiny little bit. So, now this is highlighted too. Wash the brush. Showing the mini. So that's how it looks like now. And I will clear the memory card, and we'll be back in a second. So, now the next things we need to do are the faith here, and the claws. And I think then we can go to the next step of shading. So we start with the claws with Ushep the Bone. Of course, I got it right here. So I like it when the miniature is nearly finished, because the steps are shorter that you need to work with. And short steps are good steps, because they don't need so much time. And I checked out the data I've collected with this how to paint, and we are over 2 hours, and this is nearly the quality of a live stream. But I must say, this miniature is my fastest paintest. Oh, what a word! It's the quickest paint job I've done already. So finished. Why use difficult words when you can describe it. So the claws on the feet. And the two that you see on this side. Ready. And now I close the color pot. Next highlight I work with is Screaming Skull. I don't highlight the skull on the staff with the shaped bone because I would like to look it a bit different than the claw. So next highlight here, slightly with the shaped bone, only where the light would hit. And on the one claw here on the back. Oh, made a mistake. Damn it. Oh, not too bad. Then don't forget the feet to highlight. Okay, now on the claw already, we remember the face. I've started with Screaming Skull. So here we got Screaming Skull. And we will highlight the face and the back or the top part of the fin. So one step. Second step is this part here. Now, let's get a bit tricky. The ring under the eye. The eyelid. The lizard eyelid. Oh, good detail work. So, the front and the nose. The jaw on this side. Okay. Now the rest here of the face. And as I see, on this side there is not the same eyelid like on the other side. That is a bit. Oh, there. Ah, there is the eyelid. There is not the same amount. There was not the same amount of shade. Oh, I see. Now the eyelid again. Very gently. Very, very smooth. So, now I need to paint a bit in the edge here. So, okay, and don't forget the fin. One side. Careful here with the staff on the other side. And this is the part where it gets fiddly. Careful. And I don't know why I do this whole live stream thing. Just sent a text mail to Eric some minutes ago. And he said, "Ooh, live stream, cool." And I said, "Yes, you can say so. But I don't know which devil or which demon possesses me to do such thing. But as you see, I do it." And now, don't forget this skull on the top. Just a little bit, with a little bit of color on the brush. Like a wet brush. Because you don't want to get too much detail in a skull that's on a staff. The skull isn't even cool. It's only a skull. And it's okay if you don't spend too much time in it. Here. And here. And here. On the forehead again. Skull ready. That's enough, I think. So, now, the last step to highlight is some parties of the face in palette witch flesh, and some of the jewelry will get a lighting point. That's the way it could be called in German. A point where light reflects. This is the point here on the right. Just a tiny little point here. It's a little line. Also here on the back. Just little lines. So, oh, forgot the helmet. The sides on the helmet. Get here a little light. And on the other side we got no light, well, because the light comes from the no, left. Upper left. And here on the jewelry on the staff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Jewelry ready. And now some tiny little highlights here on the nose with palette witch flesh. Only a little bit. So now we're nearly ready and go to the last shading. And while I painted this and while I watched on the Skaven color scheme red all the time, I decided to don't wash the whole thing with Raglan Flesh Shade and Agric the Earth Shade. So I only wash the staff a bit with Raglan Flesh Shade first. To give it a more reddish bronze tone. Only the metal parts a bit. Of course, this is an old relic staff this priest uses. Here, these things here are all so old. And the back this. Okay. Here are the spikes on the top also. Be careful to don't touch the skull. Of course, regular flesh head is more reddish brown, and you will see it on the skull immediately. And this don't look like good. No, this would look good. So then this one, bit, the helmet just a tiny little bit. So 1, 2, okay. And here, a neckler, a little bit. Okay. So this needs to dry, and while this is drying, I grab Administratum Gray and brush the scale on the back even more. Very, very, very gently to get a bit more highlight on the back, because the miniature worked out brighter as I thought. Of course, you see, this is live and this is the first time I painted a lizard. And it don't work the same way like on the Skaven test model. So, just a little bit more lighting. Oh, there's not too much to color. Push away, but this position here is not too bad because the light hits these scales more than the others. So it's okay when they look a bit brighter. Okay. Well, scale is done. Now, last step. The scale will get a new shade of Agrax Earthshade to blend the colors a bit more together and look this more natural. So only the scale, nothing more. And as you see, it immediately darkened down a bit. Okay, this needs to dry too. And yeah, I made a little mistake on the staff here. Fix it a bit with Earthshade. So the staff will get another dry brush, slightly dry brush with Runefang Steel, and then we can start with base work and finish the model. So Runefang Steel here, a little bit to dry brush, and do again only the edges to get this reddish color tone of the shade a bit back from the edges. And remember where the light comes from. From the upper side. Okay, I think this is a good attempt for my priest, but I just remember something I said before. The fin is sharp, fin-like thing on the head to get a little bit brighter. So I grabbed the pink horror, and now really careful. Highlight these lines here. This is much of concentration needed. As I said before, I'm very excited for trying to not make mistakes. And I mentioned before that I have already bought me this miniature today. Bought it, made a video, or made more than one video. I think I made this unboxing little thing, and I think I uploaded the how to paint in 2 steps. So that the video is not one single video is not so long. You don't need to watch the whole video if you wanna restart at the first hour. So this fin is ready, and now base work. I decided that this body stands on a brownish base, and the stone ruin thing that he stands on is gray. So I start with the brown tone as a base color for the ground. Need my stand-up brush. So base work. Or I said brown, I mean a bit brown greenish base. But only a bit, because the miniature is very colorful now, and I don't want to get a too colorful base for him. So edges pre-painted. So get off paint on the edges. So now after this, I base coat the ruin between the legs of the skink. I do this with a detail brush because I don't want to ruin my work I've done so far. I think I can paint the whole stone with a detail brush, because nearly all parts are somehow connected with the with the skink. So don't rush too much, because if I make a mistake right now, ruin the whole work, and that will make me sad, or would make me sad. So don't rush too much. And I think I feel like I need to sneeze right now. damn it. Excuse me. Damn it. This is the heat when you sweat and then drive your car and the windows are opened and you're nearly wet from sweating. You get a cold. Damn it. This summer cold. Nah. Doesn't matter. I paint. Lovely model, I think. And so therefore the cold is no reason to get sad. So very, very careful. Don't hit the skink. This one is nearly ready. So, and when I get this gray stone on the ground, it's nice cause I got a connection to the scale on his back. This color connection, and I think it's important that you got minimum one color shown on the mini on two different areas. I know there are more than one feather course, but that are all feathers. If you got a Saurus Warrior, maybe you got the gray scale color and a gray shield, so that the color will repeat. Or the Saurus Warrior got some more reddish, bluish, purple-like skin color, and you get this more reddish, bluish skin color in some elements that's within the regimen, maybe the banner pole or something, so that the color repeat. That's a nice effect. So this is base coated, and I see there are some skull and bones on the base. I will paint them again with Pt2 bone down there. There's a skull. And don't forget, it's only the base. Don't need to make perfect. You don't need to make perfect work, but you can make it look perfect when you like to. But I think the most important thing on this work is the mini itself, and the base is more a secondary paint job. So this is a skull, and there is some skull. Oh, there are many skulls. There is a bone. There's something that looks like a skull. Okay. And here's another broken bone piece. Okay, and now the next thing to do is airbrushing. Yeah, I know. I like airbrushing. First, we start with the base itself, and for my color scheme, I would think to have a bit of castellar green, so that the brown is a bit greenish, so that you can say, oh, it's muddy, but It's like muddy undergrowth. So a little bit of green and dry brush the whole things down here. And yeah, dry brush the skull too. Cause skull and bone for its own that is on the ground will rot a bit, and this one will change its color a bit in green when it rots. So yeah, therefore I painted green. And the take now is nearly at half an hour, so I think we are reaching 2.5 hours of an how to paint video. So I will finish this one now so that you don't get bored too much. Or will I paint the whole base in gray? I don't know. So something greenish is here too. Of course, it's an old rock. Okay, something green too. And one last brushing with green camel. Bit on the ground, and I hope it won't look too bad. I'll brush the green stone a bit. So, and now, after I finished brushing the green of the base, I'll brush the stone a little bit, starting with bondstone. Leaving a bit of the greenish tone on the sides of the stone behind, but only a bit. So, and as you see, a bit in a hurry because I want to finish this model and show you the end result. Because I bored you too long, I think, already. And I want to finish. So here a bit. Back. And here some pieces to be brushed on the top. Okay. This is the first step. Then we pick Administratum Grey. And as usual, a bit on the paper towel and brushing it on the mini. More like on the upper parts and on the edges. This is exposed to the light. Side, everything will be brushed a bit to look good. So, and now, last step, some smooth highlights with palette witch flash on the rock part. So, brushed. Now I will flip the thing a bit, cause first of all I will wash the thing with Athonian Camo Shade, this one, and after I washed it with Athonian I will wash it again with Agrex, or no, wait, with Nulnoy oil, the base, and after that I will paint the edges in Rhinox Hide. And when this is done, I will show you the end result. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, now I want to proudly present you my finished Skink Priest. The only thing I done is give it a Athonian Camo Shade, the base, and a known oil shade. You see there it is not 100% dry. Then I painted the Rhinoxide base edge and Rhinoxide pupils, because I forgot them on both sides, and therefore it looks more friendly, because I think when creatures don't got pupils they look like evil demons. And yes, then I got a good purity seal spray, because this is why it looks a bit matte varnished, and yeah, I think this one is a nice start. for a Lizardman army, and I like this color scheme. This blue details and red skin. This is cool. Now you can tell me what you think about this, and your true opinion. Don't be shy, and you can post a name for this little guy, cause in the army book there are many names of different skinks and slam and Saurus warrior, but I want a special name for this one. So now you can vote in the comments, and we say goodbye to you and see us in the next video. Bye.